guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be my beauty and makeup empties. These empties are from May and June. I do these videos bi-monthly and I have a ton of stuff. I feel like I have more stuff than usual, so I feel like this is going to be kind of sort of long. So get comfortable, grab a snack, and let's get started. As always, I'm going to start first with my non-project pan makeup items, and I do have a ton. I am surprised. So let's get started. The first one, I have here two foundations. The first one from Maybelline. This is the Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. Primer, concealer, highlighter, and BB cream in one. I am in the color 00 Fair Light. This is terrible when it comes to like shade selection. I am nowhere near fair complexion. And for it to be 00 Fair, like this is the lightest, like I'm the lightest that it goes. I think, I don't know, maybe they have like 10 shades on this. Very, very poor selection. However, I'm lucky enough to be able to find a match, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It does have one of those sponge tip applicators, so if you're not into that, if this grosses you out, you might not like this, but I love the convenience of it. I can just draw it on my face and then blend it out. Love it. I would definitely be considering repurchasing this one. Then I actually used it in combination with this next product from Lancome, Skin Feels Good. This is a BB cream hydrating skin tint, and this is what it looks like. I could possibly open it up, but you guys know I don't like to do that with these products. I liked it. It's not my best shade. I did have to mix it with a couple products, like I just said, to make it match my skin tone, and I'm glad that I got it used up. This wasn't new. My mom had given it to me, so it had about a third of it. It was about a third of it full, but I'm glad that I used it up. So this felt kind of a moussey consistency. I wasn't a fan, so I wouldn't care to repurchase in the future. I used up my backup of my clean skin perfume. I had finished one in my seasonal project pan, and I told you guys I had started using my backup, and here it is. This is another one. So I used up both of these this year. I enjoyed it. I think it's a great scent. I've said it a million times. This reminds me of Abercrombie & Fitch's fragrance number 8, back from circa 2000, 2003. I loved it. I thought it was great. So sad that they don't have that original scent anymore. I used up a brow product, finally, the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Mousse in the color medium brown. This has been discontinued. This was my second container of this, and as you guys can see, I used it all up. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm kind of overusing pomades right now. I started using one from NYX, but I'm going to be saving that for when I go on vacation. I don't go on vacation until September. So if I use it all June, July, August, it might be gone by the time September comes around. So I've just been using a brown eyeshadow. Actually, I'm using a brown bronzer, obviously a brown bronzer, but I'm using a bronzer on my brows today. It's a very deep bronzer, and I think it works really great. So I've been frankening actually that bronzer with other powders to make it lighter. But for now, I think I'm going to be using it as my primary brow product. But this was good. This was so sad that this has been discontinued. But like I said, I got to use 2 containers of that, so I'm very happy for that. Used up a cream blush from Tarte. This is the Breezy Cream Blush in the color Peach Sunset. This came in a Sephora Favorites kit. I don't remember if last year or the year before. But as you guys can see, used it all up. I was following the unofficial panning progress of this on Instagram. So if you follow me there, you would have seen this when I hit pan, and then the pan expanding until it finished. So I enjoyed it. It was a nice cream bronzer. I think I have another, maybe 2 more cream bronzers from Tarte from this line. Then what else is full size? I think I just have 1 more full size, maybe 2. The for sure full size is this lip balm from Kosas, and this is a tinted lip balm this is the hyaluronic lip balm in the color Pulse, I think. And this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see, that's just the plastic that holds the product in there, but it's kind of like sunken in here because I didn't realize that I had like basically finished it, and I had it in my purse. You guys can see like in my purse where like pens bled on it and just pen marks all over it. But anyway, I went in, I didn't have anything on me, and I was like, let me get the lip balm from my purse. And it was a long day, and this is all I had in my purse, so I had to like dig it with my nail and like apply it on my lips. This did give a really nice color. I'm gonna try to give you guys, you can kind of see it. That's the color right there. Of course, it was a lot deeper because I could go over it multiple times. But this was a nice lip balm. This is supposed to have SPF, but I've had this in my collection for a few years now, so I'm pretty sure that was expired. But this was nice. However, I don't think I would necessarily go repurchase it. I didn't like the fact that it is an oval shape like this, so it's kind of awkward when you're applying it on your lips. So I wasn't a fan of the shape. So if it was just regular, like round shape, I would consider repurchasing, but the fact that it isn't, I wouldn't. And the other one that I don't know if it was full size or not is this lip mask from Tatcha. This is the, oh, what is it? The Kisu lip mask from Tatcha. And this was just a lip balm that I used every day before I went to bed. This was kind of sticky, kind of thick, and you could definitely over apply. Like if you apply a thick layer, it was no good. You had to keep it really, really thin. And so I had this in my favorites list at Sephora, and I was like, I'm gonna buy the full size eventually. But after using this mini one, I was like, no, I don't need it. I don't think I ever want to use this again, so I took it off. So it's nice I was able to use this one before I committed to buying it in the full size, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna be pricey. Then I have 3 perfume samples, 2 that I used up and 1 that I'm decluttering. The one that I'm decluttering is the Tiffany & Co. /Love for him. I didn't realize this was a men's perfume, and I put it on and I smelled like a man. I hated it. I went to work and I was like, oh, you guys, it smells like a man. Like I smell like a man. I did not like it. Then I have from Noise, the scent Detour. I think I enjoyed it. It was fine. And then from Orbella, the Window to Soul perfume. I think I enjoyed it as well. So I had a fun time using these, but I don't think I would repurchase them. I have 1 lip liner, and I think this is in a project pan, but I can't remember. I remember sharing a picture of this on Instagram, but I don't remember if it's in a project pan. But anyway, I'm going to share it here. This is a lip liner from by Mario. I sharpened it all the way to the bottom, and look, the little nubbin that was left here, I went to apply, and like the little thing that was here left, the tip. And as you guys can see, it's completely hollow on the inside. So glad that I was able to use it up. So I have another lip liner from Mario that I'm working on. And like I said in that video, it's just going to sharpen up to around the R. And then that'll be enough. So it's all tiny. Look at that. Crazy, crazy. I have 2 like one mascara sample from Lancome. This is the Lash Idol Flutter Extension. It was a nice little deluxe size sample mascara. I don't think I would purchase in the full size. It kind of started flaking off real soon, like really shortly after I started using it. And then I have from the brand Glossier, the Boy Brow, and this is just a brow gel. This has the tiniest little brush. I enjoyed it. I think I have another one of these that came as a Sephora Favorites kit, so I'll be happy to use it eventually. Right now I'm using a brow gel from Benefit, and I enjoy it. I think it's good. And then last but not least, for the makeup empties, I have 3 deluxe size sample face primers. The first one is from Dermablend, the Pore Saver Matte Makeup Primer. I did not like this. I would never repurchase or recommend. The Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. This was fine. Nothing to write home about. And then from Touch and Soul, the No Pore Blend Primer. I really enjoyed this. I have a full size of this. I've used multiples of this size, and I enjoy it. I think it's a great product. I would recommend and repurchase. So that's everything for the makeup. Let's get down to the bag. I used up my IGK Rich Kid Wave Enhancing Air Dry Cream. I'm guessing this is to like give you like some waves to your hair, but I use it as a hair gel instead. Love it. I've been using it for years, and I would definitely be repurchasing. I already added it to my shopping bag at Sephora. Then I have 2 shower gels. The first one, both from Bath & Body Works. The first one is the Recharge Aroma Orange Ginger. This is, oh my gosh, I could just eat it. I love how it smells. Very like invigorating, and this is part of the aromatherapy line, so love it. Then from the regular line, this is the moisturizing body wash in 1,000 Wishes. This was great. Really a little bit went a long way, and it got really foamy, which I enjoy. So it's probably not good for you, but I enjoyed that. Well, we're talking about the shower stuff. I used up the from Strivectin, the KP Care Bump Exfoliating Body Scrub. This is supposed to help with like KP, if you suffer from KP. I don't have it too bad, but I do have it kind of in the back of my thighs. The dogs. So that's primarily where I used it. But I didn't like it. Like, it's not exfoliating enough. It's like a cream product with like scrubby particles, but the scrubby particles are so gentle and so small, or maybe too big. I don't know, but they don't scrub enough. Like, I couldn't even feel them when I was like applying them. So yeah, disappointed. I bought it on sale, thank God, because it's kind of expensive. So I would never repurchase. I would just rather use like the Tree Hut body scrub. That's a lot better than that. I have some pretty big containers here. The first one, a lotion from Nivea. This is the Intensive Moisturizing Body Cream. This is just a tub. That's what it looks like. Love this. I always buy them at Marshall's because they're a little bit cheaper, $6.99, and I think they're great. I used up my Elizabeth Arden Advanced Ceramide capsules. I didn't care for these. I bought these by mistake. And I didn't realize I bought them by mistake, like after I had used like a good chunk of them. I think I meant to buy the retinol ones because these ceramide ones felt kind of like oily, and I feel like it just sat on top of my skin. I feel like it didn't really sink in. So yeah, glad. And then I got the big one, of course, 60 capsules. So it took me forever. I didn't use them every day. I mainly use them at night, but I didn't use them every night. So it took me more than 2 months. I think I bought these during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty in the fall, last fall. So it took me a while to use them up. But thankfully at the end, honestly, you guys, I was just applying them on my hands at night because I was like, I need to use this up. So glad that it's done. I used up the Walgreens eyelid pads. These are like little micellar water things to really clean out your eyes, especially like if your soap doesn't really remove all your makeup and you end up with a little bit of still makeup line on your lash line. I use these to really remove everything. These are covered by my insurance. So that's really what I could probably just use, like makeup remover or micellar water, but these are covered by my insurance. I would say these are not as good as the BioTrue or the Bausch & Lomb brand. I think those are better, and the pad is actually a little bit softer. These had a little bit of a texture, and I feel like it was too harsh on my skin. So I wouldn't buy the store brand. I would buy the brand. I used up a bar of soap from Dr. Bronner's. This is the all-in-one hemp peppermint pure castile bar soap. I use this to wash my brushes, and I didn't repurchase. I usually buy these at Marshall's. I haven't seen these in a long time. So I just bought baby shampoo. I've never used baby shampoo, and I know a lot of people use baby shampoo to wash their brushes. So far it's working fine. But yeah, I enjoyed this for that purpose. I have here a little travel size maybe, of the Pure Silk Ultra Sensitive Shaving Cream. I have recently started using hard wax to wax myself instead, so I wouldn't have to shave. So this is nice. I would repurchase. I've had this for months in the shower, and the can is not rusted or anything. It's dirty, but it's not rusted. And that's why I like the brand Pure Silk, because I can have that for days and it doesn't get all rusty here around the neck of the bottle. So I think it's a great shaving cream. If I did buy razors, I would go back to using the Intuition ones from, I don't know the brand, but it's the one that has like the bar of soap around the blade, and then you don't have to put anything on your leg. You can just go straight to shaving your legs without having to use the foam. So, but it like helped out when I was in a hurry or something, you know. I used up 2 products from Tula. This is the 24/7 Moisture Cream, and this is the Probiotics and Superfoods, the Cult Classic Moisturizer. I got this in PR a couple months ago, and I absolutely love them. I love them so much that I repurchased some myself. So thank you, Tula, for sending these my way to begin with. As you guys can see, this is all done, and then obviously I hope you can tell that this has been all done. The lotion, the moisturizer is very gentle, very moisturizing. It sinks into the skin right away. This one, it's very gentle. It doesn't lather very much. It is, however, very fragrance. It's very heavily fragranced. It reminds me of the Island Cotton scent from Bath and Body Works. If you remember what that smelled like, I don't know if that's still available, but that's what this reminded me of. So if you don't like that scent, kind of powdery type scent, you're not gonna enjoy it. But I love the product itself so much that I'm able to bypass the scent. So I already repurchased, and I would continue to repurchase. I have 3 hand lotions. These 2 are from Bliss. This one is in the lemon sage scent, and this is the almond milk vanilla. These I did not like. I smelled them at the store, and I was like, oh, these smell really nice. I wanted to try them on, and I did not like them. They're very thick, and they were so hard to work on the skin. Like I would apply them on my skin and on my hands, and like it would take forever. Like I'd be there like rubbing and rubbing and rubbing before it sunk in, and it didn't even moisturize my skin. It just felt them like with a film over them, but they still felt dry. They didn't even feel moisturized. So then I decided to use them on my body, and I would put like a good chunk of it on my hand, and then I would add some rosehip oil over it, and then I would rub my hands, and then that's how I would put it over my body, because I did try to use this just on my body as is. I figured I would just use them on my body to use them up, but like I said, it wasn't moisturizing at all, and I would like put it on my arm, and I have like this huge streak of white stuff on my arm, and I would try to rub it in, and it just wouldn't sink in, and it was just hard. So after I started using it with that oil mixed in there, it was easier to absorb. However, I would not buy these. I did buy these at Marshall's, but I would not buy them again. Then I have from La Roche-Posay the Cicaplast Balm B5. This I did use it on my hands, and I did enjoy it very much. This is not necessarily a hand cream. Like I said, it's just a balm, multi-purpose cream. So I used it on my hands at work. That's why it has my initials, so people don't steal it. And I enjoyed it. I would definitely think about repurchasing this again. I do have other hand creams right now that I'm using, but I would like to repurchase this again. For the hair, I used up this Bondi Boost Intensive Spray like leave-in treatment. It was fine. I don't think I would repurchase, although I do think I have a backup, because at one point they were like on super sale, and I stocked up on Bondi Boost products, and I think that was one of the products that I bought 2 of. I think it's supposed to be like rosemary or spray, which is supposed to help with like hair growth and stuff. Didn't notice a difference. I used up a bag of the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. These are great. We'll always repurchase. I used up the Patchology Posh Peel Extra Large. But this is one of those masks that they're like socks, like sheet socks that you put in, and then you take off after a couple hours, and then as the days go by, your feet start peeling. This is one of these. I bought these. I don't know where I bought them, but I bought them on Marshall's for $9.99. Not bad. I love doing these towards like the end of spring. That way my feet can be like nice and soft at the beginning of summer. I don't get very many like professional pedicures. I enjoy doing that stuff at home. Unless I'm really tired and I want the benefit of like the added massage, then I'll go get a pedicure, but I'm not those people that get a pedicure every 3 weeks or so. So yeah, I enjoyed them. I don't know, that sensation of like peeling off your dead skin, and then you see like this huge chunk of dead skin. I like that process. And the last full-size product, I think, is two more things. This Monistat Complete Care Shaving Relief Powder Gel. For the longest time, or a long time ago, what is her name? Amber F recommended using this as a face primer. I used it like that for a couple times. I didn't like how my skin felt, so I ended up using it as an anti-chafing cream. I've never, thank God, I do a lot of like endurance events. I enjoy doing those kinds of stuff, and I know people are like, you need to protect your underarms and your chest, especially the nips. You can shave there, your thighs. I've never shaved, you guys, ever. But I didn't want this to go to waste. So and this had been in my collection. Let me tell you when this expired. Holy crap. This expired in April of 2020. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but this expired It says 2020-04. I've had this in my collection for a long time. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna put it on during one of the races just to get it used. And I did. But yeah, it's been sitting in my collection for at least 5 years. And two more things. I have this eye cream from Sephora. This is the brightening eye cream. As you guys can see, that took me forever to use up, but I used it up. I did get this for Christmas. 1 year I got 2 bags of the same like kit from Sephora, so I enjoyed it. And I think this was the last one. Maybe I have another one. I don't know. At one point I had like 4 containers of this, so I have to check my collection. I can't remember. And then I did use up a hand sanitizer from the brand Avena. This is just, you know me, in those endurance events, they have the expos where you go and then there's like all these tables with free stuff. This was one of them. I enjoy going to those. And yeah, used it up. I like having these for like at the gym and stuff, so I can, you know, wipe my hands down. I have 3 facial cleansers. I have 2 from the brand Vani Cream. It's a gentle facial cleanser. I enjoyed this. I just got these from the last haul that I showed you guys that had a ton of like freebies and stuff. These 2 came in there. I loved it. I already put it on my favorites list at Ulta because I would like to buy this again. Very gentle, didn't sting my eyes, and it really did remove all my makeup. And something that's really like tried and true here is the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. I've used this many times before, full size. Oh, no. Never the full size, but a ton of, I'm confusing it with the CeraVe one. But anyway, I've used these little ones from Cetaphil. It's multiple samples, love it. I think it's great. Would happily keep using those samples. Then I have 2 hair products. The first one is from Bumble and Bumble, the BB Hairdresser Invisible Oil Primer. I use this kind of like a heat protectant kind of thing. I enjoyed it, but not enough to buy in the full size, just to use the little samples. And the Kerastase Elixir Ultimate, I think that's just what it says. Everything else is in French. I really enjoyed this. I would consider buying this in the full size. I thought it was great. It's a oil that you leave on your hair, and it's just great. I enjoyed it. I think I would repurchase. And it didn't leave my hair oily either, which is the nice part about it. Then I have some skincare products here. I have some moisturizers, like 3 or 4 moisturizers from Elizabeth Arden, the number 8 Hour Hydra Play Skin Perfecting Daily Moisturizer. This was really nice. I enjoyed it. Then the number 7 Future Renewal Damage Reversal Day Cream with SPF 25. I didn't like this. I would not get it. Something else I didn't like is the Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Night Power Bounce Cream. This was a nighttime moisturizer, and this one just felt kind of oily. I don't know why. Not a fan. Wouldn't repurchase. Then I used from the brand Dime. I think it's the brand, and it's the TBT cream. And this is another thing that I didn't like. This was literally a balm, like Vaseline, but harder. I had to really warm it up on my skin, on my hands, before I applied it on my face, because otherwise my skin would just like tug when I tried to apply it. So no, I wouldn't repurchase. And that's why I like getting things in kits and gifts with purchases, because I can try them, and I know that I wouldn't want to get them in the full size because I hate them. So anyway, let's go back to what we're talking about. The last skincare thing I have here is from Dr. Barbara Sturm, the Molecular Cosmetics, the Better Be Niacinamide Serum. I don't remember this. This was kind of like a light lotion type product, but there was so little product in here, you guys. I had to get a Q-tip so I could, even from the first time, like this little dropper here, suction thing sucked. Nothing sucked up the glass. So I had to get a Q-tip to like scoop it out and put it on my face. So I wouldn't repurchase. And then last but not least, I have, well, no, these are not home fragrances. I have 2 plugins from Airwick. This is in the linen scent, fresh linen. Yes, that's my favorite scent, fresh linen. I would always repurchase that. And then I have 2 oils. The first one is the Stress Ease, and the Sweet Dream scents from the brand Woolsey's. I bought these at Marshall's and I added these to my bath to kind of like relax my muscles after my exercise. You guys, I think I'm always like mixing different scents and, you know, to make my baths relaxing and stuff. But I had like, I don't know, like 3/4, like 2/3 maybe of left out in each one, and I put both in the bath. It's the first time that I tried using this brand, and you guys, maybe after like 20, no, not even, maybe after like 10 minutes, if that, maybe it could have been less, maybe it could have been like 7 or 8 minutes, my skin started stinging so bad. The only thing I can think of is that I had a reaction to these oils. I don't want to say I was allergic to these. I just think maybe I put too much and it stung my skin really, really bad. Like it was to the point where I was just like, it was weird because it only stung like the parts of me that were touching the bath, like my flanks, not my butt, but the back of my thighs. Those were the only things, like my back and the back of my thighs. Those were the only things that were itching me. Not anything in the front, not anywhere on my arms, my chest, my belly, like I said, my butt. It was just the flanks, my back, and the back of my thighs. And I was like literally on my stomach in bed like a starfish because I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the ER for like chemical burns or something. But anyway, thank God nothing happened. I just think maybe it was just too concentrated and I put too much, and maybe I should have just like taken it easy and just, you know, put a little bit like a normal person and not the whole bottle. So you live, you learn. What are you gonna do? But anyway, that's everything I have here, you guys, for the last 2 months. I don't know if my next empty is gonna be this big, who knows? But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.